Let's speaking of breakups, right? Let's just talk, right? You ever do you think like the whole issue "it's not you, it's me" is cliche?
No,
Like, you know what's
it's
funny?
cliche, but it's not cliche.
No, I think it's legitimately a cliche only because it's so. I feel like it only can be a
Common, yeah.
cliche if it's common. Like, it has to literally be common. It's not a cliche if it's rare. It's cliche because this is the truth amongst a large variety of people. So have you ever been the "it's not you, it's me" guy?
Me saying it.
Yeah, like you've been.
Absolutely, yeah.
like-
That was my bag, like, cause I always I've only been in 2 real relationships.
Yeah.
I've just dated, had personals, whatever.
Yeah.
And not that I always had to say it verbatim, whatever, but to me, I've always saw I can meet a girl and be like, oh no, we only gonna be up here. It's
Yeah.
not gonna reach past that, whatever. To me, and that's the epitome of is not you, it's me.
So I'm gonna add
Because nothing
right.
wrong with you, it's just not fit for me to go to a certain level.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think to add context a lot when it's like the whole "it's not you, it's me" conversation. I think that like most of the time, women think that that's just a man trying to like run out the back door and be like, all right, yeah, I'm this is my way to let you down easy. But now it really comes down to like a real self-assessment and a self-evaluation of saying like, yo, it ain't nothing you could do to change how I feel because it's not even about you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something within me I need to work on. Maybe I see that you can go farther without me and you don't need me. Or maybe I feel like I could go farther without you, but it ain't that you not good or you not enough. Maybe it's just one of the things where it's just not going to work because it's not you, it's me. It's really an internal thing. And I feel like when people think of the "it's not you, it's me" conversation, it's just more so like, oh, I don't want you to feel like you did anything wrong. And it's like, I'll take all the blame. It's not a blame thing. It's literally a self-evaluation of, yo, it ain't really nothing you did or nothing you could do to change the way I feel. It's just a me thing. Like, I'm in a season of, I need to work on this about me or I need to focus on this about me. And it ain't got nothing to do with you, so don't take it personal.
Right.
But I feel like the movies and the way they paint it out and that's literally typically a man's way of protecting a woman's feelings. Because if a nigga stay beyond the "it's not you, it's me" conversation, he just gonna do you wrong. Because he already tried to explain to you, like, look, I ain't on that. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's me. And you still, nah, but we can make it work. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna show you. Like, now, and it's almost funny because it was said before in one of our episodes, or maybe it was a conversation we had off the air where we were like talking about how men were literally sabotaging a relationship.
That was
to
on
get-
air,
It was on air. So a man would really sabotage a relationship again. And I was like, yo, it's crazy because most of the time the relationship ain't really over until a woman is done. Because
Dudes are,
a man might try to still get back with a woman, but eventually, like when she'll just like deny all access, you blocked, you can't even restraining order, like it get that deep. You feel me? Whereas though with a woman, a man don't take those measures, so he try to manage it, like manage the emotions, manage the breakup, manage the feelings. So he still allow her to have access, and she just keep going, keep trying. And then it's like, then a motherfucker then I gotta go out to be the bad guy. It's like, yo, you know what? I gotta damn near, she gotta catch me doing some bullshit. She gotta see that I'm serious.
I gotta fuck your sister.
You know what I mean?
I
Like-
didn't want to have to come to this.
That's crazy. But a man would,
Now
and it's
it's
crazy,
over.
like I've seen on more occasions than not where if a man trying to get away from a woman he don't want to be with, he's more so willing to go out looking nutty in any type of way just to get away from her because women don't accept your nose when you just like, nah, like I'm cool off you. It's like they still try to manufacture ways to make it work instead of just accepting like, yo, that nigga said he cool. And it's like now you got to go out a nutty ass person for her to be the victim because he kept me around and it's like, no.
Yeah, and I would say it has something to do with, I feel often most relationships are engineered by women. Like women are usually ones saying, oh no, we go together. Like this and that. And the dude kind of will just let it rock to certain regards.
Yeah.
And that's good or bad, whatever. So I think
Not me.
me too.
I'm gonna ask her. I gotta make you my girl.
I agree.
Don't come to no conclusions.
I agree.
I will ask you when I'm ready.
Yeah, so women usually the ones like, what are we? And at the dude, he gets, all right,
It's
all right.
whatever you
yeah,
say.
it's all right, cool. Like, so once for it to end, it's like, nigga, I'm the one that started shit. How you gonna end it on me?
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, like the audacity. I recruited you.
Yeah, I
But-
built this shit,
but
brick
it's-
by brick. Like, what the fuck?
But it's crazy because one thing I always advise men, man, be honest with yourself first so you can be honest with a chick. So it's like if you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't let her manufacture it into being that. Don't let her advances and attempts of showing you that she's relationship material make you sign a contract unintentionally that you're not going to abide to the conditions of. Because what it tends to do is it destroys your character in the process. When in reality, all you were trying to do is be a protector and protect her feelings. But sometimes you got to take the respect over the protection. And what I mean by that is take the fact that she respect the fact that you keep telling her, yo, we ain't on that. And you're not saying we ain't on that, but then you lightly trying to be on that. And I'll unpack that, but just legitimately saying like, if whatever the conditions of what we doing is what it is, that don't make this a relationship and don't allow her to kind of force you in that direction. And and then next thing you know, you done accepted something that you didn't want to abide to, and you trying to have your left hand doing one thing while your right hand is doing another, and then when it come to service, you get looked at like a nut ass nigga. When you could really just go into it being respectful within yourself and saying, you know what, to keep it honest, yo, I'm just not on that. And what you'll learn and discover is most women will respect it and still deal with you. Like that's like, people like to use the term being player. And I feel like it's not player if you gotta lie about it. Like, if I gotta lie to get my way, that's not player. It's player because I told you what it is and you abide it to the terms. I don't want it if I gotta finesse it. I don't want it if I gotta find a way around. No, I wanted to be like, yeah, no, he told me everything and he stood on everything and everything was what it was. And I still decided to, because like, that's right there when you know, like,
him.
Yeah, that's when you know, like, but if you gotta sit here and like, yeah, you got her thinking she your girl, this person thinking this person, that's not really player. You kind of just playing yourself essentially, because all you're gonna do is create unnecessary headaches and turmoil. You can literally just stand up and stand on what you on, and I'm telling you, they'll sit down and listen.
Yeah, and
or remove themselves. Yeah. Give them the choice.
Yeah, like I said, in the day, it's also going to save you a lot of time and energy and headache.
I'm telling you, like when you, I even like, I'd be like, I don't know how people got like entertain like a handful of. It's like, I ain't talking about just fucking around here and there. I'm talking about like legitimate,
real relationship. Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
they
but
all
not,
think you're
but
girl.
in a way where they don't know. Like if they knew, it's easy. Like I got this, that. But if like they don't know, that's like, yo, you are like, I don't even know how you do it, my brother. Like. And it's like, I can't tell people what to do and what not to do, but it just comes down to if you want your life to be peaceful. Because a lot of the times that we as men say we want our life to be peaceful, but not realizing that we are the cause to our chaos just by not being organized, structured, and sometimes just honest with ourselves. Like being honest with yourself about what you want from a woman and telling her that and giving her the opportunity to either meet your like requests and requirements or go ahead and find somebody that she want to satisfy. That gives you the leeway as a man to have things under control. But when you make it seem like you want more just to acquire something, like even if it's like you make her think, oh yeah, we're gonna be together if you be doing this, that, and third. And now she's trying to show up and fulfill the position, but the whole time the position already filled, or it's for women, and that's, you better off just being honest with yourself. And it's like, you might think that you can't get your way, but I'm telling you, like, you can still have your way, because most of the time women are self-centered and they'll think that, and they competitive. So they'll think that I'm gonna win the spot. You might actually get more because they know that they on their toes. You feel what I'm saying? That's another thing I'll say. Like, I'm a huge advocate for keeping a woman on her toes. I know women like stability and security, and you provide them that, but that don't mean you let them get comfortable, because that's the difference. Like, that's when they stop showing up and like looking good. That's when they stop showing up and being good. Next thing you know, they talking to you crazy because they didn't got comfortable. So it's cool to let a chick know that her position is stable in your life. Like, yo, I fuck with you. Just by saying those words, like, I fuck with you. I actually want to deal with you. I want to be with you. But don't let her get comfortable into thinking that she can't get got and get got rid of. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being the case, just think about that. It's cool to keep her on her toes so she understand, like, all right, this is why you got to be fit. This is why you got to be smart. That's why you got to do things as a man to make sure that you always in a predicament, because you don't never want to lose yourself to where, though, now you're not even presentable in a way. So now y'all both just comfortable. So, you know, if you allow a woman to get comfortable, she's going to do just that. She's going to get comfortable. You got to keep her in a space of, yeah, I'm safe, yeah, I'm secure, but at the same time, I understand that I can't fuck this up. That's what the jobs do to them. That's why the jobs have a stronghold on the women, because they let them see that there's room for growth. They desire that growth. They desire that validation from the boss, the desire and the validation that you want, but you're not getting, because she understands that if she don't show up and perform at her highest level, there's another person that's coming to take her spot, or she'll just flat out lose the job and lose all the perks that come with it. You got to position your life to be like that, because you got to communicate to them in a language in which they understand. They don't understand. They want to be pampered and taken care of, but at the end of the day, if you let them get comfortable, they're going to walk all over you, and you don't want your life to look like that. So I'm telling you, like, that's what works.
Women are children.
100%.
So, yeah, if you let the kid be unsupervised.
100%.
Yeah,
I literally was going to write a whole book on that, because like that's one of my go-tos. Like I say, women are childlike, or women are children. I was really going to dissect, because I know when they hear it, like, what? It come off in a triggering sense, but it's like not from a, like, we're not comparing women to kids. Like, let's like take y'all weird thoughts. We're saying like from a thing where it's like, as a protector and a provider, I see no deciphering difference from protecting and providing for my woman as I do protecting and providing for my kids. And because I'm the protector and the provider, the role in which they feel entitled to, or that the obligations that I'm responsible for, is the exact same. Not to mention the fact that, you know, if I say, yeah, who throws tantrums, who always wants their way, who, you know, is going to be self-centered, all of these things, you won't know if I'm talking about my kids or my woman. You know what I mean? And that's not even that's just the facts of the matter. So when you hear that term, it's not to compare it in that deep of a way where y'all start thinking weird. It's more so to compare it in a sense from, as a man, as a protector and a provider, who I take care of, the role don't change. It's like, it's the same. It identifies the same. So
Yeah, when my daughter comes and says, "Oh, Daddy, I broke this and that." Yesterday, my girl called me. "Oh, I broke my phone."
Yeah,
this
like
and
what
that."
the fuck is the difference?
Okay,
It's like I gotta solve the problem, and you expecting me to not yell at you? You expecting me to have grace? You get to cry? I gotta, it's the fucking same. It's no different. So it's like when y'all understand that, and even I'm gonna tell you how it benefits me to look at it like that, right? Because I don't even take it personal, and I have extreme grace.
Right.
Because I look at it like, you know what? That's what I expect. Like, it's like I don't even have a certain level of, because what I tend to see is men really think women operate and think like us. And they do not. And then in reverse, of course, women think men operate and think like them, and it's like, whatever. But the fact that men really be like, yeah, I don't see how you just don't get it, or I don't see how you crying about that, or why is it such a big deal? It's like, bro, you really have to just sit back and understand that they do not think like us. They do not operate like us. What triggers them don't trigger us. Like, it's a balance. So what's opposite of you is her. What's opposite of her is you. So the things that you might look at as a big deal might be relatively small for her. Like, you lost a fantasy football game. Like, or the fact that, whatever. Like, she might, what? That ain't that deep. But you might look at it like she broke a nail and be like, what? That ain't that. What we pull on that makes us get to that point is different. So as a man, you got to look and think and identify, like, yeah, you know what? I can see why that's a big deal for her. Even though that shit don't matter to me. But to her, this is a big deal. Like, and once you start to, because if your kid fall, you might be like, that wasn't even a fucking hard fall, but you still, you got a boo-boo, come here, let me, you literally got to tend to your women in that way without the antics of talking to them like they're a baby. But you damn near got a baby. I'm like, oh, damn, how was your day? Come here, let me put your foot right here. Let me talk to you about it. Like, you got to literally take on that and understand, not be like, it wasn't even that. You should know that. Like, I feel like men don't want to lead in that way no more. They feel like a woman should just know, bro. She's not just going to know without being taught. Just the same way a kid not just going to know. Like, even if they think they know, from a man's perspective, you still just got to teach them so they know.